I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, the inner glow that let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come. And I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won. Chop, chop, chop. Flip. Chop, chop, chop. Flip. Chop, chop, chop. Flip. Chop, chop, chop.
That's crispy.
Hey everybody, back at it again with another video, and this time we're going to be reviewing the MMS 179, the Amazing Spider-Man figure. Now, I know that this is a really old figure. I'm really late on getting this, but this is my first Hot Toys Spider-Man. Lately it's just been kit bashing a lot of different figures, customizing things, and recently I uploaded a video of a custom figure, Hot Toys 1/6 scale style, and funny that I came up on a really good deal on this figure, so I had to get it. I actually ended up selling the custom, so I have this one now, which is way better. It was still fun to make the other one, but I'm glad that I finally have this one, and I finally know what it's like to own a Spider-Man Hot Toys. It's another realm of collecting in comparison to the smaller figures like this Andrew Garfield Spider-Man right here. Andrew Garfield is one of my favorite Spider-Mans. Definitely not the best. One of the best. Tobey's obviously the best in my opinion, but I still really like the suit. It's really cool, it's different, and just to have this figure finally in my collection makes me happy. So let's get into the review and I'll show you what this guy comes with. So this is actually my second Hot Toys figure. This is my first Spider-Man. The first Hot Toys figure I have is the Robin from The Dark Knight Rises. But anyways, here is the box. Pretty big, has some cool pictures on the side. Nothing really special about it, but it's huge box. Next thing I want to talk about is the accessories he comes with. Comes with two fists that are already on him in the box, so that's standard. And then of course he comes with a traditional Hot Toy stand. Figure stand is a Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man right there. The stand he can stand on. Holds him pretty well. And then of course he comes with two open hands. And then he comes with two wall crawling hands. They're a little more open. And I really like how these hands are done. They have the texturing of the suit on the hand. I can see that in camera. It catches it well. Paint is very clean, good detailing. And then he comes with two hands that hold the webs. He comes with two webs for web swinging. They plug into the hands. There's a small hole. I just put them on already so I can show you them. And then of course he comes with his two flipping hands. Very good detail. And then last but not least, comes with the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man head. And now I've owned a knockoff of this sculpt, and I gotta say that the knockoff was pretty close, but this just looks really amazing. Just Hot Toys quality, you can't beat it. Got two scratches right there, and it does come off. I'm not gonna remove it, but it does come off. So yeah, that looks amazing right there. Just amazing detail. The hair, the webbing and the texture of the suit, everything. So now that I showed you all the accessories, let's get into the actual figure. So here's a figure. The figure's got a lot going on. The suit is actually made of like a type of pleather fabric. It doesn't wrinkle that much as I've been seeing the new Spider-Man PS4 suit. So it's pretty posable. The body's actually really articulated. It can get in the way of some posing here. The suit kind of bunches up. when you move it, but it doesn't really bother me. It's expected if it's a 1/6 scale figure. Suit's really detailed. The webbing is all raised, just like how it is in the movie. It has that basketball type of texture here and on the head, so it looks really accurate. The lenses are clear, so that looks really good. The mask doesn't move a little bit right here, so it gets that realistic feeling. Everything on here is just spot on detail, and they got the detail right down to the web shooters right here. So that's really cool. The web shooters that he made in the first part of the movie. Looking really good. And of course the shoes, got the soles on the bottom. Very cool. So it feels like real spandex. Like, it's tight. It's not very loose fitting, but it does move around very well with the articulation of the figure. So all in all, looks really good. The suit is just spot on, like I said. And to change the hands, it's really easy. I'm gonna put on this whipping hand just to show you. No problems at all. It goes on really easy. And I forgot to mention that he also comes with 2 of these web effects, and they do go on the wrist. There's a small ring that you plug the hole into right here. Just like a lot of the newer import Spider-Man figures, the hole goes in between the peg and the hand, so you can get that effect. So that looks really good. I'm gonna put the hand on back. And then they have an interesting way of putting on the other head. As I showed you, it's a different neck piece. Now, this part I don't really like. It holds on well, but it's just kind of a weird design. I would have liked it if it was connected, but there you go. I kind of see why they had to do that, because where the neck meets the skin, it would kind of look weird if you just had to replace the head. But it looks good still. Just sometimes if you move his head down, that comes up, and it's not that loose, but holds it in there pretty well. I'm gonna leave actually I'm gonna leave the Andrew Garfield head on for the rest of the review. So now that I showed you everything else, I'm just gonna get into the articulation real quick so I could wrap it up. His arms do move up and down underneath the suit like that. I was reading something on the manual that you're not supposed to lift his arms higher than 90 degrees, so I'm not gonna try to do that at risk of breaking it, but it does go up pretty far. His arm does move all the way up, all the way back. It does move all the way up too, like so, but the suit gets really caught into the joints, so I try not to do it that much. Double jointed elbows, standard. Wrist swivel, and it does move side to side. The head, can move it around, up and down. Same thing for the masked head. The masked head has a little hindrance because of the mask on the bottom of the fabric, but it does move all around. And then the torso articulation. And the torso articulation is really good. So you get a full ab crunch, going back and forth, going side to side. So I feel like there's an ab crunch and there's a waist twist too underneath the suit. I can feel it. There's a lot of articulation going on in there, so I really like that. And then the legs go up pretty high, but again, the fabric kind of bunches up. They do go to the side, and again, the fabric here will kind of bring it back, but you can move it out pretty far. You can even make him sit down. So it does have a lot of articulation. The suit kind of hinders it a little bit, but not as much as I thought it would. Legs, you can get double joints, and the feet are a little weird. It does move a little bit to the side, but it's kind of hindered because it's like a boot. So that's a little disappointing, but it's to be considered considering this is a Hot Toys figure, and most Hot Toys figures are just for display and not for posing. But for me, since I take pictures and this is a Spider-Man figure, I'm gonna want to pose him a lot, but I'm gonna be a little careful. But it seems to be holding up pretty well in a lot of the poses that I've been putting him in. I took a few photos at the end for you to see if you want to check him out. And that's it. Hot Toys Spider-Man. Really digging this figure. Cool. And if you want to get him, you can try to find him. Maybe you might not be as lucky as me when I got a good deal on him, but in my opinion, if you're a Spider-Man fan, if you really like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, I think it's worth the price. It's a unique suit, and you know, I like anything Spider-Man, so there you have it. Catch you in my next video. Peace out.